Ladies and gentlemen, the following is set for one fall and is part of the PWX Dream Matchup Series.
All right.
I'm breathless. I'm breathless.
Here.
I'll do breath stains.
I got plenty of battery.
Putting all that aside,
This is what we've been waiting for. We are in our main event.
the main event of main events, folks.
Chris Hero and Cedric Alexander.
That young man right there, say what you want about him. He has been on a tear as of late. He has left a litany of bodies behind him. Tommaso Ciampa, Jay Lethal, Rich Swann, Johnny Gargano. But tonight, the toughest challenge of his career, hands down.
And of course, we're talking about the person that Curtis Alexander will be facing.
You're so excited you're saying his name wrong. Cedric Alexander. I understand. You get all worked up. It's an exciting match. Chris Hero versus Cedric Alexander. I mean, I might be saying anything by the end of the night.
I'm going to have to smack you.
I'm just saying.
Don't be saying. As we're waiting for Chris Hero to come on out, tell me a little bit about him. I know he's had a lot of experience at the national level.
Well, fresh out of NXT, the WWE developmental system, is Chris Hero, where he spent roughly the past 18 months. Even prior to that point, one of the studs, one of the just top of the tops on the independent scene. And after all that time at WWE developmental, you have to believe he has been honed to a fine edge. If Cedric Alexander is going to continue his win streak in this Dream Match Series tonight, there is absolutely no question he is going to have to earn it big time.
Who do you think?
Chris Hero is here to work.
Who do you think the odds makers favor in this one? You think they go with Alexander or Hero?
You know what? It's a pick 'em. I mean, I think if you give a nod to anybody, you got to give a nod to Hero. He has the experience level. He has the upper level training in his corner. He's trained a number of wrestlers. He's been around for a long time. Cedric Alexander has an unbelievable win streak going on right now, but I think even he knows, looking across at that man, that he has got his hands full tonight.
And the fans very, very excited to see their hero back.
I'm so excited, Bruce.
This is going to be a great match. This is going to be an awesome main event.
Send it up to Corky Franks.
Once again, Hickory, North Carolina. This contest is set for one fall and is part of the PWX Dream Matchup Series. Introducing first, to my right, he weighs in at 225 pounds. From Metropolis, Chris Hero.
Cedric Alexander will have to watch out for that roaring elbow tonight.
And his opponent, to my left, he weighs in at 207 pounds. Wrestling out of Charlotte, North Carolina, kick to kill, Cedric Alexander.
And by contrast, Chris Hero will have to watch out for the COD, concussion on delivery. It's elbows versus feet tonight. Cedric Alexander versus Chris Hero. Folks, this is what you came here to see. Hero's going to the floor now.
Hero talking with.
That
is Cedric's mom. Hero
He
maybe
better watch
doing a
out.
little bit of.
She might be the scariest person in the building.
Oh, stop it
I'm
now.
being serious. I'm terrified of Cedric's mother.
Do you want me to tell Cedric you said that?
Cedric's terrified of his mother. I'm just saying.
You better be careful. You better be careful.
So welcome back chance for Chris Hero.
Hero playing some mind games before the match has even started.
You got to think, did he learn that down in Florida? Did his time in Tampa teach him
Well,
that?
it'll be interesting to see if it's effective or not. It doesn't seem to be bothering his opponent very much. Alexander Seems to be taking it in stride. He seems to almost be smiling at it like, nice try, but no, it's not going to work.
Hero wants to shake hands. Oh, but a little disrespect there. Here we go, folks. I would have paid for admission even if I didn't get into free just to see this match.
It would be the first time you paid for admission, what, ever?
No, since I was 15. Don't be mad you're new. You're going to learn something in this match for sure. You're going to learn how great Chris Hero and Cedric Alexander really are.
I think we're all going to learn something. Hero in the green trunks, Alexander wearing the red and yellow. Back on their feet, the fans applauding.
Chris Hero with a height advantage here, maybe 3 or 4 inches taller than Cedric Alexander. Alexander with the weight advantage. Both guys incredibly fast. I think I would give the nod in speed and agility to Cedric. I think I would give the nod in power to Chris Hero, even though Cedric a little bit heavier. Hero, those long arms and legs allows him to whip his body around and get a lot of momentum going forward.
And there's your scouting report. Thank you. All right, Hero on top right now. Has that arm barred.
Reaching back is Hero. Now he needs, you know, when you start off in matches like this, we see guys do this all the time. They work with the arm bar, maybe go to the hammer lock. They do things like this, and you're not going to beat a guy like this, but it makes them uncomfortable, and it gets them thinking about that arm, just having a little bit of pain in it. And if he's going to be effective, he's going to have to take out the legs of Cedric Alexander.
You know, good point. Another thing it could do is there's probably a little bit of nerves and jitters because both men know that this is a big match. So by working on the arm, it's a way to sort of get into it. It's almost like throwing that first pass in football, get you into the flow of the game, so to speak.
Hero went for the first big move there. Basically an interception.
A little slow today, isn't it?
Well, better than a tackle.
Hero to the floor. We'll probably see a lot of this out of Chris Hero tonight. Chris Hero, a thinking wrestler. Guy likes to plan out his moves. We talked about maybe playing a little head games with Cedric Alexander.
You wonder also, having spent some time national with WWE Developmental, if that gives him any sort of psychological advantage. Perhaps because he's seen different kind of opponents, different areas, and maybe it's helped him experience-wise.
Well, even before going to WWE Developmental, Chris Hero, a well-traveled wrestler, wrestled all over the world, in Europe, in Japan, Mexico. He's, and quite frankly, might be the best cardio machine in the business today. I mean, this guy can go and go and go and go forever. And for Cedric to beat him tonight, he's not going to beat him on on endurance. As much endurance as Cedric Alexander has, Chris Hero probably has him beat by 10%.
Which means that this match could go on for quite a while.
Could. It could. Cedric, not no slouch in the cardio department either. I mean, these guys, I have seen both of these guys wrestle for a long, long time in various matches. You know, we could be looking at 25, 30, 35, 40. Man, they might
45
go,
minutes
could go
or
an
an hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, both of these guys have the ability. And again, Hero back to that arm. Just trying to feel out Cedric, trying to see what the young man's got. I'm sure he's had his eye on Cedric Alexander. He knew who he was before he went to WWE Developmental. Cedric, the blue chipper of blue chippers here in PWX.
And Alexander has really been on something of a roll himself.
Yeah, that Dream Series match he's had, just been unbelievable. Like I said, you look at the people he's beaten as he powers Chris Hero over.
Maybe catching Hero by surprise just a little bit.
And that's the thing here, is that the agility of both of these guys is something that we talked about this match going an hour. It might go 5 minutes. You know, they might be done in another 30 seconds because one guy just catches the other just right.
Well, these two definitely have that ability, and that's what's going to make this match so intriguing. I think you bring up a really, really good point, Chris. I think this is a situation where both guys have to be careful of, boom, all of a sudden it being over. I guess that's true in many matches, but this one especially.
And neither one of these guys hit their signature moves. That roaring elbow by Chris Hero, that concussion on delivery, Cedric Alexander, and that's going to be it. I mean, it's good nighttime.
And now the two of them, maybe a little bit of psychological warfare there. They're talking more than doing anything else.
Oh, Hero told Cedric to hit him like a man,
so here comes Cedric. And,
I'm gonna give you one more shot. Show me what you got. See if you can knock
here, Hero saying, one more shot to show me what you've got. Alexander says, fine, here we go. Leapfrog off the ropes.
Oh, and a big knee lift there. Chris Hero drops him down and goes back to that arm. Look out, he's got him hooked up here in the ropes. Alexander able to escape, but now Alexander back in the corner, causing a break.
And
I think this is the first time I've seen Cedric Alexander retreat from someone.
Well, I don't know if it's retreating or just sort of taking a second wind, sort of giving everyone a chance to reset almost.
All right, call it what you want. It's the first time I've seen Cedric Alexander do this in this entire Dream Match series.
And Hero, obviously, got Alexander a little befuddled. I mean, he was kind of mentally toying with him as far as telling him to hit him as hard as he could. And listen to the fans. So both wrestlers have fans here. Most matches, there's usually one wrestler who's a favorite, but here the fans are split right down the middle, and that's great. That's part of what PWX wrestling is all about. You, the fans, choose the wrestler that you like.
Look out here. Oh, what a great drop kick from Cedric. Oh, but Hero, look at it, wisely goes down and then rolls out to the floor. Look out!
Cedric able to catch himself. Alexander.
And Chris Hero retreating from Cedric Alexander a little bit.
Well, like you said, Hero's going to spend a lot of time out on the floor. And he's a little upset, perhaps, throwing the furniture.
That's what I'm coming back into?
Did that surprise you?
No. Chris Hero, again, a guy who tends to wear his emotions on his sleeve. He's a thinking man's wrestler, but he will let his emotions come out.
And he's spending some of that energy jawing with the fans rather than getting back in the ring. And Alexander wanting to shake hands.
Yeah. Oh.
And Hero says, you want to shake something, shake this. That's known as agony of the foot.
Sportsmanship, huh?
That's right. Chris Hero gets it.
And that's the agony of defeat.
One thing he's learned over his many years in professional wrestling is that, as I've been trying to tell you, it's all about the win. Respect can come later. This is about wins and losses.
It's also about chops and then a shot right to the face.
Right in the mouth of Cedric.
But Alexander says, I can play that game.
These two are teeing off on each other.
Not only that, they're trying to match each other hold for hold. If one does one thing, the other does the exact same thing. Let's see if we see a chop. There you go. They're almost trying.
Is that all you got?
Uh-oh,
now let's see
watch Cedric.
Let's see what Alexander does. Does he do the same thing?
Oh.
No, he comes in with an elbow. He comes in with a forearm. He comes in with a series of blows. Hero able to reverse it.
Up and over, another great drop kick from Cedric. The explosiveness. Look out here. Can we see that kick in the corner? No. And Cedric crashing hard to the floor. Oh, my God. Cedric Alexander's dead.
I don't know if he's dead, but he's obviously hurting a little bit, but the referee not counting. And so Alexander able to take advantage of that. The referee not counting.
And now
there
Hero
we go. There we go.
to talk to jaw at his mother again. I'm telling you, Chris Hero better be careful. She might kill him. She don't like anybody messing with her baby boy.
And there's a good shot of Alexander. Alexander trying to get his wits about him, and the count is on.
Yeah, see, the referee has to stop the count. Chris Hero made his way to the floor.
And again, that's what you're talking about, the emotions sometimes getting the best of Chris Hero, forcing the referee to stop his count. And Hero shaking his fist. That shot might have hurt him. He might have actually hyperextended something.
Come on,
I think he
Or just maybe jammed his fist.
Mashed his hand into Cedric's face. And now just toying with Cedric a little bit. The damage done. Cedric Alexander going for that concussion on delivery. Went for the home run. And Mighty Casey struck out instead.
Well, we don't know that he struck out. But I do have
Did
to...
you see him fly over the top rope? Quick cover here. Of course he struck out.
A strikeout means you're out of the game. Right now, Alexander maybe has 2 strikes down. And
Just
another shot.
Kick from Chris Hero.
The pace a little slower than I expected. I thought it would be a little faster pace.
Hero, a methodical wrestler. This fits his pace perfectly. The faster it gets, the more it's going to benefit Cedric Alexander.
And I think that's an excellent point. Hero wanting to keep it a little slow. Alexander able to power out. But Hero's shots have taken their toll. And Hero, you saw...
And now toying with Alexander a little bit.
Anticipating Alexander's next move.
Again, the experience level of Chris Hero cannot be compensated for.
And so what's going to be interesting now is to see I was going to say to see if Alexander gets frustrated.
Alexander just trying to find his feet right now. I'm not even sure he knows where he is. He got a lucky punch in and ate a knee for his troubles.
But will Alexander get frustrated? That's assuming will he remain in the match.
Cedric has had some troubles. It's not been all ease for him in this series that he's been in, this Dream Match series. But this is the most trouble I have seen him in to date. Chris Hero, fresh off of his stint and developmental in Florida, is giving Cedric Alexander more than anybody else has.
And Hero, even though there's not a lot going on here, he's actually exerting the pressure on Alexander. So Hero able to get maybe a quick breath while Alexander being worn down further by a move that looks relatively tame and yet is doing the damage.
Well, after crashing to the floor like Alexander did, just about anything, you put him in a pinky lock and it's going to be excruciating. I'm sure Alexander's entire body, every muscle, every bone, every joint is just aching from flying over that top rope, crashing to the concrete.
And Hero once again hard. And this dream series that Alexander's been so successful, and you wonder if the dream is going to turn into a nightmare.
One of the best strikers in the business is Chris Hero, but maybe making a mistake here, going after Cedric's mother again.
And you wonder how a man with so much experience could be doing, again, something that seems like kind of a rookie mistake. Why not follow up on your advantage? Why not try and end the match?
I think Chris Hero's well aware of what Cedric's done over the past few months. I don't think, like I said, he's a student of the game. I promise you he's done his research. He knows what all Cedric has accomplished. And he doesn't want to just beat the guy. He wants to beat him thoroughly. Maybe he made a mistake there, took too long.
Oh, but maybe not. Because, as you said, Alexander taking Hero to the floor, and Alexander now, and Hero jumps right back in. And now here comes Hero. Oh, and the two of them,
both guys,
again, trying to one-up each other. But this time, Hero.
Oh, and look, Cedric the smarter of the two there. Hits the big diving clothesline. But I think he's still out of it a little bit. Back in that corner. Wait, could we see that concussion on delivery? He's going for it again. No, smartly that time. Enziguri.
Holy smokes.
And now Alexander has him up. Finley roll into the corner. Split leg moonsault. Cover. Has he put Chris Hero away? No.
Well, once again, Alexander finding his second wind. And then Enziguri, you got to wonder if Antonio Inoki would be proud of that. That was a beautiful kick to the back of the head.
Cedric cutting the throat. Could he be looking for that brain buster here? Oh, I think Hero had it scouted. Yes, he did. Hero well aware. Again, a student of the game, does his homework, and as soon as he felt Cedric with that hook, knew what was going and went straight to the ropes. Hero dropping down, grabbing the rope. Again, look at the
Hero
experience level.
using the ropes as leverage, and the referee allowing it. Alexander trying to...
Nothing illegal about grabbing the rope to stop your opponent from whipping you. Oh, he went for that elbow.
Once again, these two trying to keep one step ahead of each other.
Did you see Hero right there driving the elbow in as Cedric picked him up, spins him over with the neck breaker as he defeated him? No.
That was a very, very close count. And Alexander once again trying to get his wits about him. Alexander once again struggling. And Hero definitely the aggressor. But the thing about pro wrestling, it doesn't matter whether you've led most of the match or whether you've been behind most of the match. It takes a 1, 2, 3 or a submission. The rest of it is just conversation. Here comes Hero. Hero slamming into Alexander.
Oh, big
holy.
boot.
And that could be it. 1, 2,
and no.
Alexander able to power out, barely.
Those long limbs of Chris Hero getting that big boot up there. Again, all the advantage to Chris Hero there with those long, spindly arms and legs allows him to whip his body around, as I mentioned earlier. He clocks Cedric with that kick to the head.
Maybe looking to deliver the coup de grace with his big elbow.
Setting up for you. Oh, and Cedric had it scouted.
Alexander countered it. Again trying, and again Alexander with the rear kick. And this time Alexander. Another.
No, there it is! Roaring elbow! That's it! Cedric Alexander is lost! He's lost! I can't believe he kicked out!
Wow!
That should have been it. Cedric Alexander had lost his first match of the dream sequence. How did he kick out?
What did it take for Alexander to somehow dig down deep and kick out of the finishing maneuver of Chris Hero?
Chris Hero wants to know too.
And now this could play right into Alexander. Hero hit him with his best shot, and it wasn't enough to put him away.
But taking that wrap off. He's going to go for that again.
Try again.
With that bare elbow, no padding on it. Oh, he went for a neck breaker, but look.
Instead Alexander counters him too.
Well, Hero's size almost worked against it there. Went for that elbow again. And another jumping enziguri. Look out. Oh, he went for the brainbuster, but there was Hero with the small package, a 2 count. How well scouted do these guys have each other?
An amazing match going on right now.
Running kick in the face.
Hero trying to get momentum again, and again softening up Alexander.
Look out!
But Alexander follows him.
Concussion on delivery, that's a kick in the corner. Alexander's won. He's beat him down. Chris Hero somehow.
Elbows. And Alexander can't believe it.
And now both guys have hit their big moves, and both guys have kicked out. Can we see that brainbuster? Yes! Brainbuster! And he's got the legs hooked! I'm not sure who was
I
being
almost
pinned
thought
there.
they were pinning each other. That could have been the first time both men could have won and lost.
Cedric, I think shoulders were down more because he was terrified, grabbing our referee, wanting to know what happened. He got out of it.
And the fans applauding both competitors. And you have to admit, Chris Shore, they have brought out the best in each other.
What wherewithal with Chris Hero on the way down, grabbing the legs, taking that brainbuster, but grabbing the legs of Cedric with his own and almost sneaking a pinfall in there. Cedric lifting him up now. What's he got planned? Oh. Kick to the side of the head, but I don't think he got it all.
Oh,
and there's Hero with that bare elbow.
A variation of what he did last time, the hard elbow, and that has Alexander rocked, but not enough.
How much more can these guys do to each other? Another brainbuster. Is that going to be enough? And it is.
Unbelievable. Cedric Alexander.
Your winner of the match, Cedric Alexander.
The best
Unbelievable.
match of his career, the biggest win of his career. Cedric Alexander victorious over Chris Hero. Bruce, it's unbelievable. I was like, what a great match.
Another dream match and another victory for Cedric Alexander as he defeats the returning Chris Hero. What an incredible match. We appreciate the fact that you've joined us for PWX Wrestling. For Chris Shore, I'm Bruce Snyder. We'll see you again real soon.
I just want to say it was a pleasure watching Cedric Alexander wrestle. And today, I had a hellacious travel day. I got to the airport at 7. I'm sure you don't really care, but I got to the airport at 7. My flight didn't leave till 5 p.m., so I slept my ass on the floor because I wasn't going to miss that flight to come here. A lot of people in the last couple weeks have been coming up to me and saying that they feel bad about what happened, man, but I'm one of the lucky ones, man. I get to do what I love every weekend, sometimes 4 or 5 times a week. Not many people can say that, so when I step in there, I do it for all the people that love what we do. To be honest, a lot of the days, I guess with my sleep, a lot of the days a little foggy for me. But I want to let you guys know that I'm glad to be here at intermission. I'll be over there selling merchandise, and I can't wait to step in the ring with Cedric Alexander later on tonight. Thank you very much.